Greetings, it's Jess. I am here with a special early top of the month episode because October is a whole big thing. There is a lot of things being thrown at us from the skies this month, and I thought it would be nice to give you a little heads up. So, this is your October astrology guide. Hello, Scorpio. Eclipse season dawns. By me, your astrologer, Jess Rose. So, what we are doing in October, we are severing what is stifling and we are letting ourselves air out. Let yourself air out, okay? It's Scorpio season, it's eclipse season, ready or not, you are being pushed to let the old things die off and clear the space for new growth. What happens in autumn? Things fall from the trees, it gets cold, things start to die back, all the beautiful bounty, out, luscious loveliness of the summertime. It starts to recede and die off, and that's okay because that's how we renew and regenerate. Go underground for a while, we hibernate, we regroup, we celebrate, and we come out swinging again when the sun comes out in springtime. So, take a picture now because the person you will be at the end of this month will want to see where you started. October 14th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. Okay, new moon solar eclipse. You will not see the sun. October 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. So just in time for Halloween, you'll start to see that full moon. And then during the eclipse, you won't, because it'll be the solar eclipse is a ring of fire. Anywho, you can look into more of that specifics later, because I am here to tell you how this is going to impact your life. Both of these huge eclipses are ruled by Venus. Venus rules Taurus, Venus rules Libra. So with that in mind, entertain the possibilities that come your way in both love and money. So career things, art things, Venusian things, food things, relationships, the fluctuation, the flux of our, other F word. But it's a day, as I said, it's a month for clearing space. So nature abhors a vacuum. I heard that phrase from another astrologer that I like a lot. But it's true. It's not just his phrase. It's everyone's phrase. It's the world's phrase. Nature abhors a vacuum. What does that mean? When you clean a space, an empty hole is made. Somebody else is going to fill it, right? What happens? I got a hip-hop in a restaurant, right? A table is empty. People leave. What happens? Somebody hops in and fills it right away. They seize that spot. They snag that seat. It doesn't stay empty for long. What your job is now is to make sure the thing that fills the empty space is worthwhile. It's something you actually want to grow and bank on, invest in. Libra, Venus, Taurus is all about investments and values. So we've done a lot of work on investigating, evaluating our values. Now things are starting to pop off that don't fit, okay? So if it goes away, it might be sudden, it might be a rip like a Band-Aid, it might hurt for a while, but it's not meant to be. Because if it had your name on it, it'd still be there. Pay attention to the things that are still there, that don't leave you, right? Because that's something to work on in a good way or a not so good way. Maybe we have some homework inside. The way I think of it is like cellular mitosis, right? Before the cell splits, you got one little cell here. Before it splits, there's all this chaos in the middle that happens. It's a tug of war. It's dramatic, the stretching and the warping of the DNA as it pulls away and learns how to be two different cells, right? Those core components are stressed. They are stressed the F out for a while. But then there's new growth. Now we got two to work with. And maybe one of them is, the cell, all the stuff that we don't want to maybe give any more of our time and energy to. So that, bye-bye. We leave that in 2023. Hello, 2024. This is me now, and we're going off on our adventures, living a beautiful, happy, bountiful life. So the horoscope for everyone listening. After the full moon in Aries, the joy and the creative drive and the physical energy and the overall lust for life that we were driving on might feel a little weighed down, okay? That's okay. It happens. So whatever fulfillment was sustaining you to keep you going in the routine probably dried up, whether that's an employment prospect, something you were doing for money, something that you enjoyed a lot, like an activity that you were really down for in the summertime. All of a sudden you're like, you know what? I don't really want to do this anymore. Personally for me, I've been at the farmer's market since late May. That was a birthday new moon thing for me, and I started doing tarot and astrology at the farmer's market. That I had a beautiful, very successful, might I say, summer. Paid off some credit cards with the money I was making from the tarot table. It was awesome. And then, I felt that little shift. It was like, I like this. It's working, but I feel like it's time to put it down. You have to listen to that intuitive call, right? Intuition led me to do it, led me to just show up and be like, hey, I'm doing this. I think I'm supposed to. I think it'd be fun and I'm good at it. And I was, and it did, and it happened, and it was lovely. And then you have to recognize, I think this is done. Venus, getting back to Venus, is all about beauty, right? Growth. And beauty is beautiful because it doesn't last forever, right? Beauty is a fleeting moment. You see it, it happens, you feel it, the impression stays with you, the memory stays with you, but the actual thing itself, you cannot keep. You cannot keep a rose forever, right? Roses are natural and they're going to decay and wither. The joy and beauty of a perfectly ripe peach, right? You want to look at it, you're like, I'm not going to pick that peach. It's so lovely and bountiful and I want to look at it out my window every day. What's going to happen? Eventually it's going to rot and wither because that's what natural things do. That's what beauty does. And that's why it's beautiful, because we have to recognize that in the fullness of life, there is always the reminder that this is not meant to last forever. So trying to make things last forever always leads to suffering and heartbreak. Sensation is fleeting. Appreciation is everlasting, right? So gratitude, meditation, always your best friends. Anywho, yes, things are dying. They're pulling away. Exhaustion and confusion abound. I've been in it. I've been sleeping really well. Normally I'm a 6-hour person, and I've been clocking in a full 8. Waking up after, I've been sleeping through the garbage trucks. How about that? Anywho, yeah, take some time, pull back. Voluntary surrender. So I voluntarily surrendered the farmer's market because I knew, it's time to put it down. The cards don't play well in the rain. I don't play well in the rain. Don't want to stand out there, to be honest. So I'm like, you know what? Time to pack it up for now. Quit while I'm ahead. And I can come back again next springtime, next summertime. I want to do events. That's the thing I'm manifesting now. I don't want to, have to pull people to care. I'm kind of done with that. I don't have the energy to make you care. Just, it was fun for a while. I did it. I don't care enough to do it in the cold. So I would love to be invited. Now I'm like, I know my worth. Values, Venus, Taurus, Libra. I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. Am I getting that? If I'm not, the situations that do not resonate with my value as I think of myself are going to fall away. The things that are not meant for you are going to fall away. Be okay with that. Anything that felt like an uphill slog, it's going to leave. And you can either voluntarily let it go, or it'll build up. The resentment and the bitterness you'll feel inside of you until you just blow up, or, you start putting out that energy that I don't want to be here, I don't like it here, I'm not fulfilled here, and then it'll come back to you. And you'll get, thrown off when you don't expect it. So you can prepare and bow out, honorable discharge in the services, in the armed services, or you can have a dishonorable discharge. Your call. Anywho, like I said, this time, December, we'll take November to transition a little bit, but then December, you'll be living life better, smoother, more harmonious, more balanced. Here we go. So, for sun sign, ascendant sign, moon sign, listen for all of those. Utmost accuracy, ascendant, then moon, then sun, all three of them. So you might be listening to 3 signs here. That's okay. Astrology is complicated. Not that complicated. But here we go. Aries. Aries, sun, moon, ascendant sign. The question to ask yourself is, how can I run with recent gains and launch myself higher, right? After a rather successful summer, this month is about doubling down on 1 or 2 ventures to catapult from. Don't shy away from the vulnerability. Aries doesn't like to be vulnerable all the time, right? It's like, I want to go. I want to get that thing done. But by sharing your honest desires with somebody, you strengthen the bond and allow them to help you find what you want. 2 heads better than 1. Aries is all about head first. Well, 2 heads better than 1, right? So, allow them to help you. Be vulnerable, share. Focus on attracting prospects that pay out both in the short term and the long term. So not putting everything off like, oh, I'm paying into it later, I'm suffering now. Or I'm just going to blow my load now and then, whatever, later. No, you look for things that do both, because things that do both exist. Those are what you need. Okay? Awesome. Taurus. Taurus, your question is, sun, moon, ascendant, Taurus. Your question is, am I ready to break free? You've got some great momentum and opportunity going. Things have been coming in. Don't shrink back to the old stencil now. It's time to expand, and you are hungry for the validation and the challenge, but you have to bust out of limiting beliefs to seize it, okay? Make sure that your old thinking patterns, the old game rules, you are not transcribing those old game rules onto the new board. It's a new playing field. Those old rules might not fit here. So be open to that, because if you try and transcribe the same rules from before, from the old way onto the new playing field, that's sabotage. You're not taking advantage of what's there because you're still beholding yourself to something that, was over here. So either we're living over here or we're living over here. Which one do you want to be in? Because you can't be in both. Focus on attracting aha moment epiphanies and reassurance that you can walk away without everything falling apart, right? Taurus is all about permanence. They love things to be stable and fixed. My dad is a Taurus ascendant. His number 1 complaint about anything I show him is, it's temporary. It's temporary. Yeah, I guess, but it's temporary. Like, life is temporary. Hilarious. Gemini. Your question is, what perspective am I missing? Summer brought a lot of community involvement, showcasing your best to those locally. Take a step back by going beyond. What do I mean by that? An excursion is in order. Yes. Immerse yourself in a completely new location. Pull back from the things that you've been, your normal community routine. I go here, I go there. I see this person, I see that person. It was fun. We made a lot of friends. We met a lot of local faces. That was really nice. But it's time to kind of see what else is out there. Completely new location where you get to be the quiet observer again, right? Get a taste for how a different community operates and focus on attracting the right realm to expand into next. Realm being area of study or geographical location. But there's a new realm that you want to expand into. Maybe you've only been doing online sales and now you want to do in-person sales and events. That's a new realm, right? New realms. Cancer. Do I still want to be in this enmeshed business arrangement? Cancer is dealing with some messy work relationship dynamics right now. The question is, have someone else's words and codes become your primary language? Are you speaking someone else's language and you don't feel like you're able to speak your own? A feeling that my style of communication, the way I communicate and what I want to communicate is not really welcome here. So I have to shift what I say and how I say it. And that gets so exhausting. Oh my goodness. Are you pouring valuable time and love into something that encourages you to grow through exciting challenges? Or are you locking yourself in a dark box? Focus on attracting occupational endeavors that welcome and thrive in your unique light. So if your light is not welcome in these other places, pack it up, take it somewhere else. Where is your light welcome? Where is your light the thing that they need to grow? It's like you are the sunshine. And what grows in your light? We need to find that, because that's happy. We don't want to keep locking ourselves in a dark box to swallow someone else's sunshine. Not a fun way to live. Some of these are going to sound harsher than others, and that just has to do with the position around the nodes. The nodes are also right now in Aries and Libra, so we're going towards Aries. We are moving away from Libra. And cardinal signs, so Cancer and Capricorn, they square that. Their sun signs, their ascendant signs are going to square those nodes. So there's a bit more heaviness. It's heavier. They're heavier things that they're untangling in their wiring. Leo, your question is, am I spending my money where my heart is? Your body and or bank account is feeling burnt out. Look for a new wellness expert or financial prospect in your community. So interview and date a few new professionals. Maybe, it's time to try acupuncture. You've been wanting to do that for a while, or cupping, or craniosacral therapy, or finding a masseuse that really knows you, right? Somebody you can go to. This is not like a one and done Groupon deal, like $60 to go get a, Thai massage. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, bye-bye. You want to find a human being that you can speak to, that you develop a rapport with, a relationship with, someone who's going to know your body, know your financial history and goals, someone who can really work with you and know where you've been, know where you're going, and work with you in the current moment to kind of bridge that together and bring you some balance now. That's what you want. Find your go-to person. Focus on attracting the right therapy modality or topic to study and offer. And there's going to be a little bit of money invested here. So be okay with, okay, I'm going to invest in this because this is something that matters to me. Am I spending it where my heart is? Question. Virgo, can you ask for the help you need? Virgo, ask yourself, can I ask for the help I need? Can I do this? Can I make the words come out of my mouth? Because Virgo is having a massive renovation year. Because Saturn is opposing all of your stuff right now, and Saturn is the big scythe of karma. So the crumbling is very humbling. Fears are being faced financially, physically, and philosophically. So Virgo, you are going to have to swallow some pride and ask for some help. I know we like to convince ourselves and everyone around us that we know, hey, I know. I've done the research. Let me tell you exactly the process and protocol of why I do exactly what I do, why this is the way that it needs to be. You're going to have to ask for some help, because the things that are being thrown at you are out of left field. And you might not have all the right perspective to deal with that. So focus on attracting the right allies and new friends. Virgo, focus on attracting the right allies, the right new friends. This is a temporary chaos, right? It's going to be over, and you'll be even more self-assured when this blows over, because this is a great learning opportunity. Virgos love gathering information, and just imagine the new mental and emotional weapons that you are storing in your artillery through this experience. Libra, the question for you is, where did I get carried away? You may have overdone it in the last month, Libra. It was your celebration time, and maybe we overdid it, and we're starting to see the bill. The bill is coming in physically. We're a little sore, a little tweaked, a little bloated. Financially, a bit overextended. You probably owe some TLC to friends, family, and coworkers. Owe them some time. And this month is about getting back on track in a better way than before. Be realistic about your health, your eating and exercise and sleep. Watch where you waste time and money. This, or, chit-chatting with people, or, streamline. Look for ways to streamline and get back to your routine better than ever. Focus on attracting the right habits and systems into your daily routine. So tune up that daily routine. You'll be back in action in no time. Scorpio, question for you. Is the person I see myself as on the inside, the person I know I am, is this the same person that's making decisions and having conversations on the outside? So Scorpio, you know what you want. You know what you bring to the table. Why aren't you leading with that? This is your birthday month, so show up and speak up. Allow anything that does not complement or appreciate your full authenticity. So anything that does not complement or appreciate your full authenticity can drop off. Focus on attracting the grounded, evolved you in every action. So leading with this new evolved self. You are setting the curve right now. Be that example. Okay. Sagittarius, your question is, am I working with the right people? Are you working with the right people, Sagittarius? If you have fallen into a comfy, goodness. If you have fallen into a very comfy rut of passively reflecting the status quo, this is the month to take back the reins of your own life, Sagittarius. Examine the workplace and friendships that you are surrounded by. So who are you dealing with on a day-to-day basis on the surface, right? Because the surface trickles down inside, right? Who are these people you're surrounded by? What are you doing on a daily basis? Do these people inspire creativity and stimulation? Or is it an environment of pleasant but sedentary loops? You're just in a loop over and over again. Pleasant, sedentary loop. Truman Show. Love that movie. Focus on attracting an out-of-the-box meeting to pry you out of the same old and reignite your self-expression. So a new exhibit, maybe somebody backs up into your car and you're like, oh my God, but then, you know, they're a circus clown and who knows, it's, you love at first sight. Honk, honk. Love at first honk. Because you honk the car horn and then they honk their nose. There's something there. Get Steven Spielberg on the line. Hello! Expect some unexpected shadow work, Sagittarius. So yes, you've been in a rut. You got to look at yourself for a little bit. Let's pull some shadows out of the closet. What traumas have we been perpetuating that we need to push past? What limiting beliefs? Shadow work is my favorite work. Because shadow is how we get to the light. Anywho. Capricorn, why am I biting my tongue? Capricorn, ask the burning question. Ask it. Say the thing that needs to be said. You have shied away out of respect for others' belief systems or their spiritual journeys. It's their path. But it is time to speak. Your truth matters too, Capricorn. This could also be pushing you to finally enroll in the class you've been wanting to. If there's something you want to study or learn, go back to school. Take that class to transform your career. Focus on attracting the confidence to have the necessary conversations. I want to do this. I notice this. I just need to ask this. I just need to know. What do you need to know? From somebody in a relationship with you, or maybe a whole class. What do you need to know? Go know it. Find it. Aquarius, where does your money come from? And what are you trading for it? What are you trading for that money, Aquarius? Anxieties arise around the balance. So we're anxious about the balance of personal freedom, right? Personal freedom and making ends meet. Personal freedom, making ends meet. Where can we stop spending to afford yourself more peace of mind? So what are you paying on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, unconsciously, habit? Where's your money going? And where can you rein that in to buy yourself in that moment more peace of mind, right? Got a can of beans at home? Really want hot pizza? A can of beans is going to save me $20, which is like, you know, an hour of minimum wage work. Maybe an hour of more than minimum wage work after taxes. But $20 right there, you know, peace of mind, 1 hour. And focus on attracting, Aquarius, you are focusing on attracting the right methods and willpower, willpower to cleanse physically and mentally. A little bit of a cleanse is in order. So stop spending on the things that we need to stop spending on. Stop ingesting the things that we need to stop ingesting. Listen to your body. You have a pretty dead set compass on what you need. If not, the right information will find its way to you. But go do a little bit of a cleanse. If you do not have a meditation practice, especially for Aquarius, right now is the time to start one. So especially for Aquarius, start meditating. If you don't know how, or if you're like, oh, I try, but then my head goes off and, all these thoughts, that's meditating. That's what it does. So it's not an excuse. That's just what it is. So you had that experience. Oh, then you meditated. Congratulations. You did it. Maybe you think you didn't, but you did. Go on YouTube if you need a guided meditation. I have guided meditations. What am I saying? I'm leading with that. I have guided meditations. They're very soothing and they are astrology based. You can find one with your sign because they were from past new moon, full moons. But yeah, find one on my site. They're short. Sit down, listen, soothing music, soothing pictures of nature from San Diego, and take a break. Do some journaling after. Take a walk. Anyhow. Pisces. Pisces, your question is, who even am I these days? Who even are you, Pisces? What's happened? People keep popping up, right? You're living your life. You're friendly. People keep popping up demanding your attention. And that means that you have very little time left to get in touch with the person that you've become after some big identity shifts. It's been a big year. You've had, Saturn and Neptune in your sign. So for Pisces ascendant, sun, and moon, you've been going through some stuff. It's gotten all mixed up in there, and maybe you're like, who even am I anymore? So make some time to study who you've landed at. Journal. Get out a journal and a piece of a pencil, or a whole pencil. Get a journal and a piece of pencil, and preferably whole pencils with erasers. But what are your strengths? What are your strengths, and what is important to you now? If you don't know anything else, start with that. What are my strengths? What is important to me? Focus on attracting songs, movies, and books that provide a window into your core being. So maybe you don't have the words for what you are, but then you hear a song and you're like, oh my God, that song, that melody, that is me, that's how I feel. You watch a movie, you're like, oh my God, this movie, it is exactly who I am. Science of Sleep, Truman Show. Oh, let's all watch the Truman Show again. I love that movie so much. And find a movie that's a window to your core being. Okay, that's what we have. This is a long one. Have a beautiful month of October. I will still check in with you on the moons as I do. Not with the video, but this is special. It's a special month. Oh goodness, let's go get him. Let's get him, team. Go team. High five.